The Battle of Stalingrad was a 6-month conflict between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany during World War II, considered to be the pivotal moment of the war in which the Russians gained the upper hand. Adolf Hitler, full of confidence following his successful conquest of several European nations, decided to charge forward and attempt to capture the Soviet Union. He had 2 major armies, one which he sent north towards the Caucasus Mountains, and the other which he sent south towards the Volga River and Stalingrad.
People of the German nation. Thank you. I, the leader of the Third Reich, have made the decision to split up the German army in our conquest of Soviet Russia. The 6th Army, led by Frederick Paulus, will focus on conquering Stalingrad, one of Soviet Russia's most powerful industrial centers. The 4th Panzer Army, led by Hermann Hoth, will focus on taking over the Caucasus region, which contains the oil fields that will fuel future German endeavors in Europe. Following these gains, the fatherland will grow in strength, and we will be feared by all nations.
In Stalingrad, the Germans began a series of attacks, including heavy bombings of the city and powerful offensives on foot. Within a few months, the Germans had reached the Volga River. Stalingrad was in sight. However, the Soviets remained unfazed. Joseph Stalin ordered General Zhukov and his forces in the city to stand their ground and keep the city under their control at all costs.
Citizens of our country, for all the love and respect they have for the Red Army, are beginning to feel disappointment in it. We have already lost Ukraine, the Baltic lands, and other regions, which have greatly decreased their supply of raw materials and grain. To retreat any further would be to ruin ourselves and the motherland. Every bit of land we give up only strengthens our enemy, the Germans, and weakens our defenses. And so time for retreating is over. Not one step back.
Oh no, comrade, they're closing in quick. Oh no, there they are, behind the pillars.
Hey, we need to launch an offensive. That's a great idea. Let's go.
Where are they?
I don't know.
I've had nothing to eat.
After a thorough discussion with my Bolshevik officers, we have come up with an unprecedented strategy that surely will turn the tide of the war in our favor. We named it Operation Uranus. Following this plan, the Red Army will flank the German forces, break through the startled troops, and trap the German forces led by Frederick Paulus in the ruins of Stalingrad.
Joseph and I have met and come to an agreement as to what needs to be done. Operation Uranus is what we have come up with. We will surprise the German forces by backing out of the city and flanking them, which will enable us to trap them in the ruins they made themselves. At this point, Frederick Paulus and the 6th Army will have no choice but to raise the white flag in surrender to the fatherland.
We need to flank them, comrade. John, let's go! We've had the city for months. We're so cold. We're gonna lose this battle. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ah!
I'm ready.
I've taken the city.
Oh no, you haven't!
Oh, yes, I have.
Not so fast.
Get up, German dog. Get up.
General Bonus is taken. Stalingrad is ours. Again.
I'm one of the few surviving Germans of the Battle of Stalingrad. I was living in a Soviet prisoners of war camp for 3 months following the battle. The Russian strategies were too much for us to handle. They destroyed all of our resources, so we ran out of supplies very quickly. The harsh winter made it even worse. While we were capturing Stalingrad, the Soviets surrounded us from all sides, and the only way to survive was to surrender. Our leader had told us to never surrender, but there was no possible way of making an escape. We held off the Soviets for another 2 months before we were taken to POW camps.
I commanded the 6th Army in the Battle of Stalingrad. We made a successful advance toward the city. Germany and our allies planned to attack the city of Stalingrad. Luftwaffe bombing reduced the city to ashes. The fighting degenerated into close quarters and building-to-building combat. Reinforcements poured into the city. Bodies lined the streets. It was a terrible sight. And then it happened. The Red Army flanked us and destroyed the weaker Hungarian and Romanian forces. The 6th Army was cut off and surrounded by Soviets. We were scared. We were doomed. I began to lose hope. We would not make it through the night, and I would most likely be taken prisoner.
Out of the hundreds of thousands of German soldiers that had set off to capture the city of Stalingrad, only a few thousand remained after the Russians fought back and defeated the 6th Army. Although the Soviet Union was successful in ridding their country of Germans, they still suffered immense losses, both in population and economy. The final struggle in the Battle of Stalingrad by the Soviets might have prevented the Germans from taking over the whole Soviet Union after taking Stalin's most precious city. This was the Battle of Stalingrad.